Hello you guys and welcome to another battle report. So this time I'm facing off the Highborn Elf, and as you can see we got off the normal deployment, and for scenario we got breakthrough, so getting into your opponent's deployment zone. And yeah, let's start with his list. I think you have a very fun list. It's a debut against the Highborn Elf for me in 9th age, so that's cool. So we started off by placing those Reaper bolters on that hill, and then unit of Fast Cav Reaver, who did not Vanguard, Lion Guard with full command. I think they got the Banner of Speed, maybe? I'm not really sure. Or Banner of Rentless Company. Then he got a BSB on a Lion Chariot. He got a 4-up ward and a 2-up armor save. Then he got a unit of Vanguarded Reavers. Then he got a Seaguard unit. They have also as well full command. I think they have a magic banner as well. I think either Banner of Speed or Banner of Rentless Company. I don't remember which of them had that specific banner. In that unit you have a level 4 Path of White with the crystal, so I lost 1 power dice, and he pretty much always guaranteed to get a dispel dice in my turn with all of his mages. He got another level 2 Path of White with a scroll, and I don't remember exactly what spell he got, but the only one he didn't get was Guiding Hands. He got the rest of them. Then he got a General with a 4F, 1-up armor save, the buffering helm, so reroll 2 wounds against him. He is tough as nail. Then he got a Frost Phoenix, a unit of Reavers, and to the left I have my Scout Brigade unit. I love that you can scout within 12 inch if they are in a terrain piece, so that's a good rule. So that's his side. So for my deployment, actually, since I have so many drops in this list, he was done very far before me, so I had the opportunity if I wanted, and I actually thought about it a lot to deploy in the other corner against him, so his White Lions and his Seaguard unit couldn't get to me. But then I thought, this is a test game. I want to see what my army can do if they get in a bad situation across the board, and just smash some faces in and see what's happened. So I decided, yeah, I deploy against him. So in the back I got my 2 Trebs. Then I got a unit of Aspiring Knights with a Crusader upgrade, and a Vanguarded forward, Yeoman Riders, and in the ruin you can see the unit standing behind, in between my Trebs. It's my unit of Knights of Verlorn. I'm running Standard of Discipline on them now, so they get to Leadership 10 bubble, because I really suffer a lot. I only have a Leadership 9 against the Demon Legion the last time I played this list, so I changed the banner. I got the Duke in there as well. I also kitted out differently. He now got the Dragon Mantle, so a 2-up armor save, Sword of Might, Questing Oath, so we always get a 5-up arm ward save, and the Sword of Might and Virtue of Audacity to make him reroll a lot, and gave the unit Stubborn as well, so that's really nice. Then I have a unit of Archer behind the ruin. In there I got my level 2 Path of White. I got this spell Guiding Hands, Phoenix Rises, and let's see, Arcane spell, as well as the level 1 with a scroll, Path of Wilderness, and he got the signature spell there. Then I got a 60-man unit of Peasant Levy with spears. In there I got my Reliquary. I decided to put him there to not remove attack from my big horde of Peasant Levy with Halberd next to it. But they are within 6 inches, so they also get the blessing, so I got 2 really big anvils. And in front of them I got my unit of Fast Cav to make sure the Levy unit will Halberd get off the charge. I got the Castellan with the Ruby Ring just to have an extra fireball spell. missile spell to cast in the Levy unit behind. I got a Crusader unit in the ruin. Their job is to make sure I can get the charge off with my Peasant Levy unit. I did start by dropping a unit of Peasant Yeoman Mounted Cab and a unit of Aspiring Knight Crusader, and that's my deployment, and he will get the first turn. Well, I did not have any picture of his movement. He moved pretty conservatively, but in the first turn he with 5 dice get through a what's the big bomb spell in Path of Wilderness, the flames or something, on one of my big Peasant Levy units. He didn't roll too good, so I take up my 7 dice to roll it, and this is what I rolled, and he get the spells in. I think I need to roll 15, and this is a 14. Well, but he basically only did me a favor because he picked up 11 of my levies, because that part of the levy unit I couldn't keep within the movement trace, so that's really nice of him to kill every leftover in the unit. He rolled pretty crappy, and he only was the small one of it, so he only killed not too good. Otherwise, you can see my fast cav units have suffered from losses from Reapers and his Reaver units, and that was his first turn. And well, this is my movement. You can see here I move up pretty cautiously as well. What I did, I push up my fast cav units in front of his fast cav unit to block off his big units behind his fast cav, as well as I tried to charge his Frost Phoenix in the flank with my Knights Aspiring. I think I needed a 10 and I rolled a 9, so I failed that one. Not much to do about it. Otherwise I pushes up my big block because I'm not really afraid of anything in his army except for those Lion Guards in combat, as well as his Frost Phoenix, but I hope my Trebs and Archer can kill off the Frost Phoenix in the first shooting round. And that's exactly what happened. I throw a rock at the Frost Phoenix, he got 5 wounds. On the 3 wounds I roll a 5, so 5 plus 2 because he's flying, and the Frosty is dead. And that was really nice. Magic didn't do anything. I throw all of my dice to stop the big bomb spell from Path of White on my Peasant Spearman. Because if I would throw some dice and then have like 1 or 2 dice remaining, he would just dispel that spell. So yeah, my magic didn't do anything this turn. Shooting, I killed his Phoenix, but otherwise I plink off a fast cav here and there, but that's it. Well, I missed to take a picture of his movement, but most of his units were locked up, so he couldn't really do much about it. I had to throw in my scroll this turn to stop another of the bomb spell, the 6-1, the fire stuff, onto one of my Peasant Levy units. And you can see here his Reaper have done short work of my Aspiring units. They passed here panic check because of leadership 10 bubble reroll with BSP. It's not so hard to make. And you can also see here his Reaver have charged in to my lone peasant, and they will probably just wipe him out. But you can see here in combat, even though his 5-man unit of Reavers managed to kill off my 3-man unit of human, his 2 remaining human could not kill my fast cav. So that's really good for me, for them to hold his unit up, because now I can just charge his Reaver with my Aspiring Knight, then overrun into his White Lion and hold them up for 1 more turn. So that's really nice. And here I choose to challenge with my champion versus his general. He kills me, gets his full overkill. So he got 5, I got a rank banner. I think I lost by 1, but I'm steadfast leadership 10 reroll, so I stick with this unit. So for my turn, you can see he have chefed up my Aspiring Knights with his Reaver in the corner, so I charge them to get them out of the way. Other news, my Crusader flank charge his general. My hope here is I will win with combat res. I hopefully can do some wounds to him as well, so I can actually break him and hopefully run him down. Other news, my Knights Forlorn charges his BSB, and I think they will make short work of his BSB if I'm lucky. I will challenge with my general, and hopefully my general will survive that, and I will win the combat res and overrun. As well as my Knight Aspiring charges his Reaver, and they will kill the Reaver and overrun into his Lion Guard, and they cannot do anything for his next turn. So that is the plan. My Spearmen are pretty much blocked from doing anything at all because of the Knights Forlorn and the Halberd living next to them, so they cannot really do much. So that's my plan. And well, he have magic superiority. I did get off a Beast Within on my Halberd unit in the bottom corner there to help them, but that's it. You can, in shooting I didn't manage to do much, but you can see my Knight's Aspirant actually broke his Reaver units, run them down and pursue into his White Lion unit. I keep my fast cav over there. He will probably get shot to death next turn, but you never know. Maybe he can work as a speed bump one more turn if I'm lucky. This picture is taken after combat my second turn. You can see here I didn't manage to do any wounds to his BSB. He did lose though, because I have BSB, I have 2 ranks, I have a banner, I had charge, and I think he might have done a wound to my general. I'm not really sure. But I won that combat, and he was down to leadership 6 reroll if I'm not mistaken, but unfortunately he passes that. He did so many wounds with his general. I don't think he lost by much, maybe 1 or 2, but he is leadership 10 base, so he actually passed his leadership and he sticks around. So most of his units are in combat, but shooting didn't do much. And as you can see, his Lion Guards managed to slice down my 2 Aspiring Knights with no problem at all. And well, he must have killed my Crusaders the turn before, maybe, because now he just challenges my, or maybe he just strikes some attacks at my Castellan and slaughtered him. So my Crusader and my Castellan in that unit are dead. You can also see the BSB is still holding up my unit, unfortunately. So I really have to break them soon to get out of a flank shot from his Lion Guards. So in my turn number 3, I did break him. I did 3 wounds to the BSB. I tried to pursue him because the thing is I would need to roll a 9 or an 8 to get out of the arc of his Lion Guards. I couldn't roll that, and yeah, I will get a flank shot by the Lion Guard next turn. Other news, my peasant could not break his general this turn either, and I didn't really do much in magic or shooting as well. My trebs are trying to flink off his Reapers, but they scattering off and misfiring and stuff like that, so they do nothing. Yeah, his turn 4. His BSB rallies, and his Lion Guard charges into the flank of my Knights Forlorn, and that's probably the doom of them. So we will see what will happen there. Other news, he don't really move much because most of his important stuff are either rallying or are in combat. And well, he did get off the hidden path spell to move up his chariot over there in the magic phase, but otherwise I stopped most important thing. But I think he mostly cast that to get off the counter onto his BSB to give him some moral protection because he only got 1 wound remaining. Well, this picture just showing him killing off some, oh no, he killed off some brigades and they are fleeing now into that ruin. Well, in this combat I did actually manage to stick. He rolled spectacularly bad. My BSB had one wound remaining because he have suffered a wound from the danger train from the ruins, and he only managed to kill one of my guys with the rest of his attacks, so that was kind of a bad roll for him. And what I do is I turn my whole unit to face him. I will pretty much go down swing. Hopefully I can take them, enough of them down, so I can just uh, in theory shoot them down or something, so they are below 25% later. But my traps came through once again, and they shoot down his BSB, so that was really nice to get rid of his reroll leadership. And while in the combat, he didn't manage to kill my general, so I stick. I did have a counter on them, so I will get one more Knights Forlorn back. Actually, my general only have one wound remaining, so he will be dead next turn. But you can see I've taken some heavy losses, but him as well. He lost most of his back rank of Lion Guard, so that's kind of nice. I think I won the combat against his general, but I winning by like a musician or by 1, so his leadership 9 or 10. So he didn't have to flee. So for his turn, now it's turn 5, he flank charged my Knights Forlorn, and I think they are dead, unfortunately. They cannot withstand so much punishment. And yeah, I break, and I roll a 4, and I think like shit, my unit is dead. But he managed to roll 3 twice for his pursue roll, so both of his units failed to catches me, and that's really nice. This combat, well, in this combat I did not have general leadership or my Castellan even, so I was down to a steadfast leadership 5, and they blew it and they run away, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I really need to keep those units within the bubble of leadership, because leadership 5 isn't that good. Humans in general are not very good fighters if they are not knights, so yeah, they will run away easily. So now for my turn 5. Knights Forlorn actually managed to rally because they were 20 in the beginning, 6 of them remaining. So I turned them around like that. I flank charges his spearman with my spearman. I saw him flee. He didn't roll too good, so I was pretty close. I think I needed a 9 to catch him. I didn't roll a 9, so I got a fail charge on them, and that would have been a big point swing if I could manage to get that. So that was basically my movement. I don't really have much out of this picture. My brigades are still fleeing, and they will probably run off the board next time. And well, I think my archer managed to kill off one of his reaper, but unfortunately he passes the panic check with the other reaper, so it can still shoot next turn. And yeah, his turn 6, his spearman rally, his lion guard charges my Knights Forlorn. I choose to flee. He catches them, and thanks to the reform he will soon do, haven't done yet, he will be able to get inside my deployment with one of his scoring unit. So now I'm really in big trouble, otherwise he just moves his river away from my sparring knights. And yeah, that's it for his turn basically. I think he gets off a counter on his lion chariot, but that's it. Yeah, for my last turn I tried to throw some trebs and stuff onto his general. I couldn't kill him. Some archer shot into his reaper, couldn't get that. But I did get a charge here into his spearman, and I won this by a lot, like 5-6 or something. I did break him, I rolled a 9, and you can see the tape measure there. I'm actually will overrun into his deployment zone, and so far I will also take the objective of getting a scoring unit into his deployment zone. So that's really nice. We both scored the objective then, and we counted it up, and he won by like 40-ish points. So it's actually a draw, and I'm really happy with it. Everything thanks to my final charges. As a Kingdom of Eclipse player, I resolve every problem by charging myself out of the problem, and it worked, and that's so nice. Even though maybe you should not charge out with your lever unit, but it worked this time, so that's I'm really pleased with it. And yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, post them below and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Feel free to like and start subscribing if you haven't already. And that's it. Have a nice one.